are we already in March? Hello everyone, welcome back to A Fictional Escapist. My name is Kris, and today's video is going to be my March TBR. Out of all the TBRs that I put up this year, I think this one is the one that I want to stick to in terms of the actual plan the most, because of certain things that are happening throughout this month, or will be happening in the very near future. Now, it's ambitious because I have 6 books on here, 6 books on here. 2 of them are quite large, and I also have a beta read happening. So the beta read for me this month is 926 pages, which sounds like it's going to take up a bit of time, but I'm very, very excited for this particular work. It is an author that I have gushed about here before, but I can't say too much. If you know the term Project Vincent, that is, it's going to be an if you know, you know scenario there, but I won't give too much more away. Before we jump into my actual list of books that I can go ahead and talk about, I do want to introduce you to this hideous new blue shelf that will be up at some point in the near future. This, I've hinted at it in vlogs, has been a project that's been ongoing for a very long time. The moral of this story is that IKEA furniture sucks to try and sand and paint and whatever. It's hideous, but you know what? It's going up because it was a labor of love from my wife and myself. I've just now taken over, and it's ugly, but I love it at the same time. It's going to house a lot of the shark stuff that you see in the room. But this video is not about that. That was just a tangent. So I've got, like I said, 6 books here. 2 of them are audiobooks. We're going to start off with those. The first of which is going to be The Natural History of Dragons, book number 1, for, I think it's the Memoirs of Lady Trent, book 1, A Natural History of Dragons by Marie Brennan. I'm hoping to do this one with Rodger over at Rodger's Reads. Go and give him a follow. Check out his video. He just put up his first one in a little while with his top 10 reads of 2025. Very exciting. Glad to see him back on the platform. Hoping to do a buddy read with him for this series. I believe there are 5 books. I would like to do one every month or so. They're not super long, which is great because the other audiobook series that I am doing at the moment gets longer and longer and longer as the series goes on. So I will be taking a break from the Patterns of Light and Shadow for the month of March to do this one and another audiobook. So really looking forward to reading Marie Brennan. I loved the Rook and Rose series by M.A. Carrick, of which she is one of the authors, so looking forward to hearing a little bit more of her authorial voice shine through this particular series. And I think she's written some recent books as well, so if I like her here, I will very likely go and pick those up. The next audiobook that I would like to pick up is a series starter, and this is going to be Reign and Ruin by J.D. Evans. I am not sure what this series is called. It might be Mages of the Wheel. Don't quote me on that. If I'm correct, fantastic. If I'm not, I'll put the series name down here. So this is romantic fantasy, not romantasy, but fantasy with romance in it. I do believe the romance is quite central to the plot points though, so that'll be interesting. It's not something I generally gravitate towards, but it did win an SPFBO competition a few years back. I've had it both on my Kindle and also on my Audible when I was still subscribing to Audible, so I bought a bunch of these with the credits that I had, and I still have access to them. So I think I've got the first 2 on audio, so I will be doing this on the audio route, and I'm hoping to start with Reign and Ruin in March. So they're both relatively short audiobooks. I probably get about 30 hours of audio time per month, so I don't see the 2 of them being too much of an issue. Even if the beta read takes me quite a long time, I can still fit the audio in. Now, the next book that I have here, I need to read. It will be my next read after I finish the 2 books that I'm currently reading, and this is because Ryan and I will be talking about this one over on Genre Blender. This is Babel by R.F. Kuang. I'm really not sure how I'm going to go. I was going to try and fit it in February. Wow, that font is smaller than I'd like it to be. Alas. I'm not sure I'm going to go with this one, to be completely honest. I am interested in R.F. Kuang's writing, probably more so the Poppy War stuff, because I do like an unlikable protagonist, which I heard that Rin is, but also just a product of the time that she's in. Not about that, about this. I've gone on a few tangents already. Apologies. Reading Babel, it will be the first physical read that I pick up in the month of March because we are talking about it. I think I need to finish this one by the 15th. And my track record for reading so far this year has been about 2 weeks for any book that I'm reading to finish it. So I need to get it crack on with this one. So this will be the first physical book that I pick up. The next one that I'm going to be looking at is a book called Sourwood. This is by Logan Spurgeon, and I think it was Hinterland on my, like, I wanted to read, I think it was standalones, TBR thing that I did earlier in the year. But this book by the same author is available on NetGalley. So I got approved for this a little while back. I think I've only got 30 days or so to read it, so that will be pretty high up on the radar as well. I know relatively little about this book, except that the author writes in the folk horror sphere. I do love folk horror. I don't love haunted houses in folk horror, but I do love like creepy towns, creepy woods, creepy like myths and legends wandering around these specific areas. So I'm hoping to have a good time with this one. Now, NetGalley, notorious for being like 3-star reads, nothing has cracked the 4-star read. I am on the path of trying to find a book that will crack the 4-star read from NetGalley. So we'll see. We'll see if this one does any better. But I usually have a decent time with them. It'll be fine if it's a 3-star read. That's still pretty enjoyable. It's still a good rating, in my opinion. The next one that I have here is a little bit of a precursor. So some people in the universe are waiting for the sequel to this book. I am an alpha reader for the sequel to this book, which means that it is in its final stages of drafting. So, in the month of March, I need to read, to be ready to alpha read very, very soon, The Blood of the Spear by Mr. Mark Timoney. Now, it's no secret, Mark is a friend of mine. We do writing sprints every Sunday, and I am lucky enough to be on the alpha reading team for the sequel, and it's very nearly ready to go. So I will hopefully be doing this prior to my trip to the UK, which means I need to brush up. It's been a few years since I've read It's been a few years since I've read Blood of the Spear by Mark Timoney, and I remember really, really enjoying it. Look at that bone drake there. Very cool. I've seen the cover for book 2. It's bloody incredible, but I will not be sharing that with anyone. What I will be doing is reading this book and talking to you about it in the wrap-up. Just get hyped. Book 2 is very likely coming out sometime this year. We've manifested it for a few years now, and it's nearly in the stages where I get to read it, so that's pretty fun. So yeah, I'll be reading that one towards the end of the month in preparation. Now, if I get any time outside of these physical reads that I've got going on, they are all priorities, but I do also want to start reading the Wars of Light and Shadow. There's Patterns of Light and Shadow and Wars of Light and Shadow happening by Jenny Wirtz. Now, because of the complexity of Jenny's writing, I know that I will have to do these physically. This is a pretty chunky book. I think we're close to 800, 900 pages. It looks like 818-ish. So I don't know that I'll finish this one in March, but if I am able to start it and then carry it over into April, that would be amazing. But it is going to be the one that I start if I finished everything else. So we'll see how we go. A lot of the time, the beta reads, they take a lot of attention. So normally I can get about 5 books done in a month, and this one may just be one that carries over into April, which is totally fine. If I haven't started the series by the time Rachel and I go to the UK and Greece, then I will be taking this one in the bag with me, and it will be my holiday read. So hopefully, we'll see how that goes. Those are the reading plans for the month of March. What are you picking up? Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of this delightfully unhinged blue bookshelf, and whether you think it's going to completely ruin the already nonsense vibe that I have in here. I won't change anything, but if you feel like you want to say something in the comments, and that's totally fine. If you like this content, give one of those. If you want to see more of it, click subscribe at your will, and I will catch you in the next video. Ciao.